A new era of dividend investing is upon us. I believe we're past the experimental stage of many of these high yield funds, and now we are in the stage of seeing them last for a long time. Are you on the sidelines? Do you hate them? Are you in them? Let's talk about it. This is Mike, the tactical stock scalper. All right. So the old way, right, was we would buy a stock and there'd be a dividend attached to it. And if your goal was to live off dividends, you would have to have so much of this particular stock that the dividends could pay you, a revenue that you could feasibly and tangibly live off of. Now, when I say old way, it doesn't mean it's bad, because me personally, I have plenty of stocks that pay dividends. But I think the new era is upon us if you're really into dividend investing. First was SCHD. And when it came out, people said it wasn't sustainable. There's no way this thing could go. And people still trash SCHD. And I know guys that are living, okay, you're going to hate to hear it, living off free money because their ROI has been paid off for a very long time on SCHD. So now they're just living off dividends from SCHD, and they don't even have to put any money back in. They're just constantly taking the dividends. And maybe once in a while they'll put some in or whatever, but by and large, guys, they're living off the dividends with free money. Now, the next era, I would say, was, a couple, 3 years ago, whatever, maybe even, I don't even know when these came out now. It feels like it was longer than a couple, 3 years ago, but JEPI and JEPQ. And I remember the hate when these came out. And this is what happens, particularly in a market. When things that are innovative or different come out, so many people, particularly retail, and this is how you know that there's probably an issue here, particularly retail, jump in and say, oh my gosh, these are horrible, there's no way they're going to be sustaining. They won't even get past an experimental stage. Well, here we are with JEPI and JEPQ chugging along, doing great. They've both been through down market cycles and have recovered, still paying dividends. And these I would consider the godfathers. I think they're both fantastic. As a matter of fact, for a young person, like my 17-year-old son, he had to have JEPQ in his account. That was something that was a must. Why is that a must for me? Because I think over the long term, this thing is going to appreciate with price. And he's going to collect the dividends that can compound. I think JEPQ is incredible. And it gets hate. I don't know the deal there, but I think it's a wonderful fund. And I think that ushered in the new era. And then, a year and a half ago, Tesla and OARC came out. And oh my gosh, the hate for that, just like the hate for JEPI and JEPQ came, and boy, people just came piling in, talking about how high yield funds were the worst investment ever. And then came out with funds like NVIDIA and all these others that have so far proven to be phenomenal, and people still hate on them. You can't fix stupid. You can't. They're biased in one form or another, and that's where they lie. And now we've seen things like FEPI, which was what, even though it's concentrated, more so than JEPQ, I still think it's like JEPQ on steroids. The funds continue to be innovative and grow and get bigger over time, and just come out with totally new strategies and ways to go about making dividends. Now, why do I say or think we are past the experimental stage? Well, I think Tesla and OARC have proven that these funds are going to be around for a long time. Why do I say that? Well, they're obviously going to reverse split. They're not going to zero, morons. It's not happening. So what's going to happen is they're going to reverse split. And you're going to get half your shares, but the dividend. Now the problem with that is, if the underlying continues to go down, the reverse split really hurts. So then if you get a second reverse split and the underlying continues to go down, it's doubly going to hurt. However, that's not the case with everything. People see a Tesla and they think that's the way it's going to be for everything. Underlyings move up and down. They don't all always move down. And so that's what you're seeing with Tesla. So when a lot of others reverse split, which is going to happen, that doesn't mean their underlyings are going to continue to fall. Their underlyings could go up, and a reverse split is irrelevant. Now, do I think these funds are sustainable for a very long time? Absolutely. And just like I said, with the reverse splits, I think we're proving that these are going to be around for a very long time. So I think we are definitely past the experimental stage, and now we're heading on to the stage of how long can they last. And they're proving by doing the reverse splits that they're going to be around a long time. Now, what I'm really enjoying about these funds, is the flexibility of these funds. And you could be someone like me who's not really interested so much in the super high yielding ones. I want more sustained price, and maybe even, and hopefully even, share price appreciation. So things like FEPI, SPY-T, etc. fit right into my wheelhouse. And then you have things like SVOL, which trade in a range primarily 90% of the time, unless the VIX spikes. But other than that, you're getting a 30-cent. Can you imagine a 30-cent dividend on a $22 stock 10 years ago? What people would have said about that? Oh, it's not sustainable. It's never going to work. They're going to make a bunch of YouTube videos about it and stuff and talk about how horrible it is. And now they look like suckers. Now they look foolish, because these things are continuing to come out with new and innovative ideas. So for me, personally, I like the ones that are more, get some share price appreciation with them. But there's other people that really want the high yield, that really want their ROI paid off at a rapid rate. And those are now proving to come true. You have things like NVIDIA, Coney, and that are very close, and if not there now, from people who bought them at the inception, have the return on investment paid off. For me, if a fund can get its return on investment paid off to you in a year or two, that is amazing, that is fantastic, and that is brilliant, because that is nothing but free money for however long that fund lasts. I hope you enjoyed the content. This is Mike, the Tactical Stock Scalper, out.